Hello everyone, Wise Guy Jesse here, and today I'm playing Burrito Bison. It is a launch game. Let's see, I think there's a cool story to it. Message keeps popping up. Okay, so what happens is you're like a wrestler guy, and you got gummy bears that you launch and you're smashing. So yeah, that's how the game goes. Hopefully my mic is actually loud enough for this game because it has a lot of music stuff to it, like turn the volume down. So yeah, there's like the comic thing to do stuff. My stupid computer has like a little thing showing up right here in the corner. I don't know if it shows up on the OBS. I can't click anything unless if I scroll down. There we go. I'll just turn off all sounds and stuff like that because the only thing you hear is like a squish noise. That it sounds as if you're throwing like a water balloon on the ground when you squish the one things. So anyways, it's just showing a comic of him shopping and he gets abducted by a candy bag. Takes him to, I guess, Candyland. So now he's in the arena and gummy bears are basically torturing him, I guess. Making fun of him. Also, while I'm doing this video, I'm gonna be kind of like, if you notice some of my videos been going up late, they had, I don't know if where everybody lives at that I watch, but if you've seen the news about the whole storm that came through, I guess where I live at is in Kokomo, Indiana. So two tornadoes, I guess, landed here. One went like right in the middle of Kokomo. So I was helping clean it up yesterday and like the day before, or yeah, Monday I was helping clean it up, and Sunday my power was out till like 8 on the Eastern time. So yeah, it was quite the pain. So the videos were up late, and I had to. I'll probably tell you a little bit about the one storm and also because I want to help clean up. I gotta see some things. So, anyways, here's this. It will start spinning, and I think I forget if it's space or if it's just clicking. I think it's space. Okay, yeah, space. So you fly along. That makes you just slam into the ground. And so, like there, you see you slam into the ground, and every bounce you make, it slowly refills it. You start squishing all these little gummy bears. Smash it again, and once you run out, then you fall. You go to the shop, or I guess he's trying to escape. So I guess that's the police get him. I've played the second one, but I haven't played the first one yet. This second one is kind of cool. So you go to shop, got all these different little things you get upgrade, but we have just barely any money, so we can't do anything. So we click to continue. We're doing really bad. Normally you could go for that little white spot on there, and or when it starts spinning, you hit that white spot, then you end up going and you go like a super launch thing. So I don't think we still have enough for anything. Doesn't look like it. It's okay. Get more cash from gummies. That's kind of a nice thing to have. We're barely away from that. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of little things in the game. It's like upgrade. I kind of like to launch and upgrade games and tower defense games. So yeah, there's that, and I guess they have I start talking about the whole tornado thing. Like where I was at, no, like nothing really damaged my house that much. Like I guess I still live with my parents like that because I'm going to college all that stuff. But they have um one of the when I was helping clean up, I could see like some of these houses like where the tornado hit. Oh, I got perfect launch thing, but anyways, yeah, where tornado hit, you end you could tell because like trees were like cut in half. Like it looked as if someone took like a giant saw and just sliced the top half of the tree off, and it was gone. I saw a couple of trees like that. There was trash cans that were like from the one city. It was the like that thick plastic kind of trash can. Those things were like torn in half. They were. It looked as if someone got an axe and just started chopping away at these things because of how powerful the winds were. They were jaggedly chopped, and you'd be split in a couple pieces. There was someone's shed had flipping over and landed on top of like a little trailer you'd pull behind a car, and so it smashed that thing. Well, the trailer actually stood up pretty well for it. It was still standing and stuff like that. It was pretty good. But the shed was upside down on top of it, and they had he had some good equipment in there too that I felt bad for because the guy he was pretty old and stuff. They had there actually was a camera crew out there to show, but for some reason like they were talking about they had this one lady who was just across the street from where we were cleaning up at, who her house was blown over and laying down like railroad tracks. So everybody's like panicking because railroad tracks. A lot of news people didn't realize, I don't think, that those railroad tracks were no longer working. Like they weren't up or anything like that. So there's no worry of a train coming through or anything like that. But they had like the story was her husband had died from cancer and stuff like that, and they built the house together or something along those lines, and so it's supposed to be like a sad story stuff. And so camera crews were all out there for that person. They didn't really seem to pay attention to the 200 other people across the street help picking up a lot of stuff. They didn't really care for them, I don't think, or they might care, but I guess the more interesting story was her house or something. So they didn't care for us that much. They were cleaning up that there was the building was known for it, like the storage part of it was they had like Easter egg hunts and stuff like that, Christmas programs and all that stuff there. What happened was since the attic had that, the whole roof was lifted off and thrown out into the parking lot. And so across the parking lot, there was like Easter eggs everywhere. There was Christmas decorations and stuff like that. There was a whole bunch of little things like randomly laying around that we had to clean up. There was some of the things we also had to clean up was they had like this tree that the tree branches were all over the place, so we had to pick those things up. And they had one of the trees went up having a wire through it, so it took like this branch was maybe a couple inches over a foot, like a foot, a couple inches wide. And then a big round branch, and it took a couple people to actually lift it up to be able to carry it. And so it, yeah, we had like 10 people go over and grab this thing, and we started to carry it, and we ended up throwing it off in the middle of the road for like a truck to come pick up. So there's a whole bunch of little things that we had to do. What was there? There was a whole bunch of things going on. Like um, they had this bank that was over by where we're at, cause in the storm, I guess it hit this little bank thing. Um, and so they had like this bank had like tubs of random items you'd use for like a power outage. Like they had like propane lanterns just laying in this giant box, and like just sitting there in the middle of the parking lot because the wind took off the roof of that place too. And there was also I noticed that some of the power lines that they had taken out because some of these power lines were like bent over and snapped and laying across the place, and so one of the power lines was actually live. They didn't turn it off for some reason, and so we're like a whole bunch of people are out there trying to clean up the area, and they're just kind of like, okay, so don't mind that place. There's a that thing's still live, so just don't touch it and just walk around kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, well, I know where I'm not going. I don't want to get zapped by that thing. And you could tell that when it fell. I guess when wires fall, it's like that. They actually leave off like this that explodes when it makes contact with other things. Like surfaces, and you can tell because this pole was just a bright white color because of when it smacked the ground and exploded. And so they had that was kind of a weird thing. They had when we were cleaning up. Also, they had one of my friends who was helping out and stuff, and they had there was like a little like potato like I don't know if anyone's ever seen like these purple colored potatoes that are like the size of a tennis ball. One of those was stuck to a nail that was underneath a board, and when he went to pick up the board, he ended up seeing the the one potato, and he thought it was some kind of one body part or something. I don't know what he was thinking, but he thought it was some kind of body part. So he yells and throws the board down, and it scared the crap out of all the rest of us because we thought we found some dead body, but it's just a potato. So that's kind of fun watching that. Yeah. whole bunch of little random things go on. So yeah, that's kind of like why my videos have been going up late and stuff. Um, so now we'll go ahead and start talking about the game a little bit more now. Okay, the bone parts. These are like the different animals that they'll have. That the bear thing, you can see that. These are upgrades for my person. So yeah, each of these things will help. Um, I don't know if this game will have like the last game had. Last game, that boss would, or the second game, the boss, when you beat him with like an ultimate hit so many times, then he ended up breaking, and so you could get a new boss, and new bosses are when you get a super bounce, you end up going like much farther and stuff. Um, don't see that happening right now. I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, maybe it'll change on its own or something. But yeah, this is one of those games I kind of like like I said at the beginning of the video, I kind of like these launch games. Um, if you haven't played this game before, I suggest playing it because it is quite fun. It's kind of addicting too, so you gotta be careful because I don't know if you're like me, like you want to win this game, and so oh yeah, Pogo. This is kind of cool. The last one there was at Pogo 6 in the second one. What there is a fat gummy bear, and when you jump on him, he bounces up, and then when he comes back down, if you hit the button at just the right moment, he actually explodes and you shoot off farther. So that's kind of fun there. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so this is how the game goes. It is kind of fun to go through. The second one, I don't know if this one's gonna have, but the second one they actually had on the bottom down here, you can actually see progress of when you're going through a door because they had like this little candy stadium area. You'd go so far, bust through a giant door, and then you'd be in like this forest area, or we know as a desert area, and it's called like the desert. You bounce through there, and if you made it so far through there, there's another door you'd bust through. And that door would take you to some like gumdrop forest or something like that, and you bust through there, and you go to like Sugar Arctic or something like that. And that was the very end of the game. So yeah, that's how this goes on. If this ends up getting a lot of likes like that, I might end up doing some more of a well, whatever this is, like I kind of like the strategy games and the tower defense and all that stuff because I always like the whole strategy thing about my strategy is normally completely different from what most people would want to do. I guess sometimes I'm one of those people where what I'll do is like you probably seen my Civilization series where I will I don't do a direct attack, like I don't do a whole bunch of direct things. I'll go and do indirect things like in the game where like Civilization, how you be trying to win and take out all the other empires stuff. I leave the empires there. I just slowly go and build up money, which it will later on be, I guess, used directly to make an army to destroy all other people. But yeah, there's some other games on here, like I'm on the website at Congregate. If you haven't noticed, it's a pretty fun website. You could go. I'm sure everybody would find a game here that you might like, cause there's tons of games all over this place. And if you do have a one Congregate account, I guess you go ahead and add me as a friend or something down there. I'm always having people as friends. Like I notice that people when they want the idea of friends, they'll make it so that they show up as your fan, and most of the time, no one ever changes that once they become your fan. I think I only had like one person that once they became my fan, then I friended them, and then they gave up on being my fan and something like that. So it doesn't really matter to me and stuff. It's like I mostly have this for this little Congregate account for some of the games that I play on there. They saves the games for me, so that's kind of nice because there's some games that you'd play and you'd get to a certain point and then you couldn't go on. And you have something would come up and you leave, and then it turns out that when you leave and come back, the like you leave the website or something or turn off the computer or something, and then the game would be gone. But now with the account, the game's saved there, so that's kind of nice in my opinion. Um, let's see. Trying to think of anything else that I might have to say. I'm going to smash all these guys with a pogo stick, I guess. They also have if anyone has any games they'd like to see me play, I'm open up to ideas and stuff like that. Um, I like I said, like even though strategy and all that stuff's my favorite kind of games, I'll play other games. Like I don't really play shooters that much. Just because like some people probably play Call of Duty like that, and some people play Battlefront, and I'm not going to want to start the whole argument of who can which game's better or something like that, because in my opinion they both have their goods and bads about them, I guess. Like there's some things in one game that I would like to have in other, but then there's some things in the other game that I don't want to be in there, stuff like that. But like that's like online shooters. Like when I do shooters here, most of the time what I like to do is I like to be like the sniper kind of person and hide off from battle. And if I do run to battle, I'm going to be the juggernaut kind of person where I got a crap load of health and I'm going to take a beating and still be able to go on and fight more kind of thing. That's the kind of person I always like to be. Um, they actually have there's some game on here I was actually playing not too long ago. It was like a little shooter thing. I forget what it was called, but it was like quite a little fun little thing. It was like a miniature Call of Duty looking thing. Like it was only a flat graphic thing, like old Mario stuff. But it was still a fun game, and I might end up doing a little play thing of that. Um, so yeah, that's about how this game goes. Stuff I about went over it and told you all the stuff let's go do. They have. I also started thinking as I was playing this or playing a game a couple days ago that Dawn of the Dragons. I've been playing that thing a lot, and so when you watch me play that game, that video of it when I was playing it, I forget what it was, like 30 or 40 or something. Right now I'm like 90 something, but still like crazy low compared to other people. Like I know people that are like level like 1,000 or something like that, like crazy high up. But like if people actually enjoy seeing games like that and want me to play more, I guess I feel like Dawn of the Dragon would be a kind of a game that wouldn't be the best for playing the like a let's play, because what happens is this is a clicker game. You just click around and you're not actually going to do any like true action stuff, I guess. That's how you explain it. Like in other games you would actually be like, I guess you could see me click on like quests and stuff like that and see how far I go along with that, but I mean there's that door. Yeah, he didn't make it through there that well. I think that's his mouth crushed against the door. So. Okay, so yeah, I found the door. So yeah, anyways, if there's any games you guys want me to play and stuff, I guess you go ahead and tell me, like, play like a whole series, kind of like the Mountain Blades like that, but I figured most people like the Mountain Blade things. Other than that, I got that Fire and Sword, I started that series, I haven't done much recording since then, I haven't played it for a while, so I feel like I probably was doing kind of bad on that one episode where I was showing, that video I actually showed, I haven't played it for like I said, and so I was doing probably I actually did somewhat better than I did normally, and that's what sound bad seeing how I didn't do super well then. But normally when I play, what I've noticed is that I would start off in that little main village thing you start at. I would start there and actually help them with the quest. And the quest they only give you a little like some of that thrall or however it is. I keep on calling it gold, so that's what I'm just gonna call it. And they give you some of that, so you get a little bit more, but it's kind of like you're hovering around there and they want you to take on bandits, and it just seems like there's more bandits showing up all the time, and I think that the game actually needs you, like, I think it takes a couple of days for all those people to show up, like the foragers and all that stuff. So when I did the game, it was only like the first or second day on the game, so you didn't really get to see any of those things, but they have those will show up later on, and they actually do make quite the difference in the game. I'll explain more when I play next time. So yeah, um, I guess I could go ahead and the heck is this? I guess that's a hint button. Kept on flashing, it's catching my attention. I guess there are achievements in here too. Okay, so yeah, that's I basically said what I was gonna say, and I've rambled on more. And I think I'm going to probably be known as the YouTuber who's just rambles on more at this rate. But anyways, anyone who actually is a fan of the Fire and Sword games and stuff, and not on Blade Warband and all that stuff, and they wanted me to see more, I'm sorry that like I haven't gone on and played it as much as I was before. It's just that game. It's like I went and during off my time when I was not recording and I was just kind of playing the game. I ended up like playing it a whole bunch and kind of got bored of it, which probably should have done. But oh, okay, I think but I will be going back to the game. It's also one of the things is that the whole part one, part two thing. I think I might just end up making it so there's not point one and point two. I think I'm making the episodes that's like 30 minutes long. I hope no one gets too upset about it. It's just that um the whole recording thing is it takes a good bit of time, and so when I do um have to record and stuff like that, sometimes like I don't know, I'm kind of busy lately, so I can't really do a whole bunch of like hour long stuff going on. So those episodes might be shorter stuff. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Um, I always say this every video about like leave comments of what you want to see me do next, but no one seems to really do it. So I'm assuming that that means that all of the games I'm playing, everybody likes and stuff. Um, and I guess if you want to see more of me playing games on this Congregate, then go ahead and hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I appreciate if you did. Also, I would suggest jumping on and checking out some of these games on the Congregate because there's tons of them on here. I'm sure you'll find a game that you'll enjoy, and you'll, if you happen to jump on, like you don't even have to have an account. If you want to, you just play on there like normal. But if you do make an account, you do get to actually talk in chat rooms when it does load up. Mine always shows up as disconnected for some reason, and then it shows up for a few minutes and disconnects and all that stuff. So anyways, I guess I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.